Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play LOTRO with me, Balthelion. So today we are at Noglond where we left off last time, and we've got a couple of quests we can pick up off of various NPCs around here. So in no particular order, let's see what we've got.
Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
The lynx that roam the hills in the Vale of Thrain have become bold with hunger in recent months. There have even been reports of them attacking unwary travellers. I have the unwelcome task of dealing with these beasts, but there are too many for me to handle alone. Grimco has ordered me to take care of the problem, but I could use your help. We must teach the beasts to fear the bite of metal again, and to keep to four-legged game. Head to the north, along the road back to Forin's Hall. Look to the west side of the road, near the Thrush Stones, and you will find the lynx in great numbers. And we're going to naturally get some trousers made out of lynx pelts for our travels on that one.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
The water has not been flowing down to Noglond for several days. I sent a message back to the halls, but I've not yet received a reply from the builders. I'm not about to send one of my boys to do builders' work, and I can't have them traipsing to the river every time we need water. Would you look into it? The canal runs all the way down the mountain from Forin's Halls into Gondomon below. The problem must be upriver from here. The above ground part of the canal, the place that may be blocked, is south and west of here. Just take the road south to the bridge and look underneath it. Follow the canal all the way up to the big gate if you have to. Just find the problem. So did we actually solve that in the previous episode? So have we done that out of order maybe?
Will you stop and hear my accursed tale?
He's a very salty guy, this one. You there! I sent Vithel out to cut a quarter cord of firewood for Noglond, but he hasn't come back. See if you can find him. Just follow the road to the west. There's a clearing out that way where we gather wood. Be wary though. Who knows what delayed Vithel? Dun dun dun. It's going to be goblins. Who else have we got? The grocer.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
There was a time when our hunters kept the number of bears in check, but alas, the beasts have grown numerous in recent years. It's shameful, really, that we have let the wild overrun our paths. As long as dwarfs dwell here, the ways should be safe. If you want to be of help, patrol north from Noglond to Hunter's Notch and clear out any of the beasts you find. With your help, we will make the road safe once more. So we've got those quests. We've got to deliver the dented armour back to town, if I'm not mistaken, as well. By the armour merchants inside Forin's Hall, so he should be indoors. So we can't do that one because it's not nearby. But we can do this one, the second gear, which I think is where we what took us to Noglond last episode. So if we open up our map, we can see most of it is anywhere in the Vale of Thrain, which is the area between us and Forin's Gate, which we rode through last episode. There is a campsite slightly west of us where there's some stuff going on. A bit to the south, there's a bit of things we can do over here as well. So let's do that first. Which quest is going to be down here? So there are goblins. Do we need to kill goblins? No, we don't. We just need a couple of lynxes. So let's grab a few of them. Splat. There we go. Finish with a nice coda. That is a goblin. I don't believe we need those right now. We don't need the Crevane as well. Or Hendrivals. So let's wander around and get to the campsite. We should be up here. They might have some more quest rests which might involve killing some goblins. So it's probably worth seeing what they have to offer. Here he is. He looks injured.
Greetings.
Ha! Well met. I was wondering when Grimco would send someone, even though we're only like 50 metres down the road, but whatever. I was in the clearing, cutting wood for Noglond, when goblins fell upon me from the shadows of the trees. I managed to kill two and wounded the last, enough to drive it off, but was wounded myself in the fight. The foul creature ran off to the south. Tell Grimco what happened, and to send help. Right, let's grab that lynx, and there's one at the back. So we've stunned the one at the front with our piercing cry. I probably should see actually, there might be a virtue trait we can spend. Since it's been a while since I've actually last had a look. So we've got 1 point, what can we spend that on? Still has to be tier 1, so we're going to spend it on the Ballad and Coda damage. That's going to unlock our first bonus, which is 5% tactical damage. So that means all our tactical attacks, which is kind of like our sort of spell type attacks, non-physical attacks where we're not clonking someone over the head with a sword or whatever our physical weapon is, they will do 5% more damage. So it's our ballads, our codas, all of our music, our calls and shouts will do more damage. And hello, I've been ganked by stealthlings. What did the bear? I shall have the bear as well. Go splat, splat, splat. There's a bear over here. Another bear, another lynx. Just go and make some friends. So we've got pretty decent range as a minstrel, so we can just pull stuff from afar. Make it all come back to us. There we go. Destroy them all with the power of music. So yeah, so one of the things I was talking about last episode was about the burglar changes, which were introduced with the last patch. So having played through the new region and played around with it a bit, it is better than it was, and I think on the whole it is certainly, we've been given more than has been taken away, and for the most part things that have been taken away are justified. So the fine footing buff no longer gives you a heal, which is just a pure stun breaker. Where is this lynx? There's a stealth lynx nearby. There it is. So that's been reduced to just being a stun breaker, which brings it in line with the other classes, so it makes sense why that got nerfed. The touch and go changes to make that a shorter duration buff is a bit of a pain in the butt, but it's still pretty powerful. It kind of gets the job done, so I think on balance it's serviceable rather than being like a permanent evade buff where you can just basically fire that off and sit in the thick of all kinds of melee death and have fun basically. But the key thing with the change has been the addition of a limited degree of AoE on the burglar's crit chain skills, so double-edged strike and flashing blades, which you should always have because they are very good. But now they're very good and they hit out to 3 targets in AoE as long as the targets are all in front of you, because it's only front of AoE, and it is a huge help in landscape content because you can pull a group of mobs, you can hit one, and the AoE can in some cases outright kill additional mobs, or at the very least severely injure them, so the moment you switch targets and then you can just whack it with like 1 or 2 attacks and then it dies. So it makes landscape content a lot easier. And since burglars prior to this basically had no AoE when everyone else had AoE, then a burglar would really struggle because you've got to burst one target down, switch targets, burst that one, switch targets, burst that one, and it takes a while if you're on level mobs. I think we've actually killed enough lynx and bears. Yeah, we've done 10 lynx. Did we get all the bears we need? I think we did. Yeah, 8 of 8. So yeah, murdered them anyway because they're here. But yeah, now you can actually clear mobs a little bit easier, and we've crashed. Wonderful. And we're back, so yeah, there's a slight bit of instability in the 64-bit client. That's the first time I've had it in open landscape actually, a 64-bit crash. Normally the only place I'd crash, as I think I mentioned in a previous video, was during the daily instances in the Vale of Thrain, so that was unexpected, shall we say. Yeah, so where are we going? We're going back to Noglond pretty much. Is Quenching a Thirst even on my map? It is that island down in the lake. Let's go investigate. Let's got to go kill some. That's a bit of a drop. We've got to kill some goblins or something down there, maybe. But yeah. So where was I? So I was, yeah, the burglar's AoE damage massively improves their PvE abilities. How it works in, say, a raid or such like that, well, if you're going to be doing a damage roll, it's going to be just as good. You'll be a bit more competitive, a bit more useful. And I've heard that it's made yellow a bit better, a bit more palatable, because you can do a bit more damage with those attacks as well. Whereas in yellow you're pretty much just doing... Do we need the bridge? Oh no, where's the dam? There we go. So yeah, so it is pretty good. If you haven't played your version in a while, I do recommend checking it out. But I've been messing around with a slightly new build in the new region, because you can get an extra class trait points. I've rejigged things around a bit, and kind of where I'm at now is it's kind of like a nice build that encompasses a fair bit of the blue line and the AoE stun of the yellow line. So I can do some pretty nice and terrifying bleeds on targets thanks to some of the blue line traits, get some of the damage bonuses out of the blue line, and AoE stun targets. Not that I really need to these days, because I can just murder them with AoE rather than stunning them and bursting down whoever is the nastiest of the bunch. So let's head back to Noglond. But yeah, it's certainly nice going. But we'll have to see what other changes they may come up with at a later date, if they're going to rejig some other bits and pieces. So we have at least 4 quests to hand in here. So speak to the grocer first.
What do you want?
Thank you for your help with the bears. Thanks to you, the road will be safe once more. So we can get a light, medium or heavy armour. So that has got a slight bit more armour but less in the way of stats, so I'm not going to equip that one.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
Hendravel have grown to alarming numbers over the past year, and now the roads from Forin's Hall all the way to Gondomon are unsafe. Aureen, if you would lend your aid once more, patrol the roads north and south from Noglond. Isn't it more like kind of a bit west and then north and then completely east? But whatever. Recent travellers from our outpost say they've seen large numbers of Hendravel cross the river to our south. If you're looking for the source of their numbers, that's as likely to be it as not. So yeah, that'd be a good place to murder them. Olafur?
I am at your service.
Good work with those vicious cats. Perhaps now lone travellers will have less to fear in this land. Grimcow will be pleased for a change. Again, we can have some light, medium or heavy trousers. So this gives me a fair chunk more armour. So it's kind of almost on double, but I lose the VIP. But I think the armour buff is probably worth it in this case. So I will equip that one. Grimcow.
What is the meaning of this?
Goblins here in the Vale of Thrain? Nay, that's not likely. Surely not.
Hear me out, traveller.
I don't doubt Viffle made up his story of goblins after hitting himself with his own axe. Oh? You think he told the truth? Not likely. But if you're so sure he's met up with goblins, maybe you can go find them. The goblins of the Blue Mountains sometimes carry these little things. Fetishes, I guess you might call them. Bring me back one of their fetishes, and maybe I'll lend you Viffle's tale, my ear. So yeah, we'll have to see what they've got. But
By my father, this is a sad day.
done already? Good work. We could use someone like you on the guard. Better than these layabouts. Can I interest you in signing up? Oh, the pay's not that good, and you'll find yourself in some cold, out-of-the-way post like this. But it's a living. No? I thought not. Ah well, thanks for your work anyways. So what do we got? We've got a Might Bracelet, so it's good if you're a melee type class, or most melee type classes. Or Vitality, so it's good if you're a tank. So we'll go with the Vitality. It's slightly more useful than the others, but to be honest, I've already got an 8 Vitality bracelet, and my blue bracelet is better, so I'm not going to use that one.
Will you hear my troubled tale?
This canal water is used down in Gondomon in the lowlands as well as here in the Vale of Thrain. You should go down there and make sure they know that we remove the blockage up here. Well, they should know because the water's flowing. Travel down the road to the east and then turn south at the first crossing, and Gondomon will be right there. You will want to talk to old Otkel. Their cisterns must be nearly dry down there, what with the blockage as bad as it was. So, where are we going now? We need to get some Hendravel and collect a single goblin fetish. What is their fetish? Do we really want to know what a goblin fetish is? Probably not. They could be into all kinds of weird stuff. So we need 12 birds, and I think what we should probably do is just go up to the goblins first. Now if we're lucky we might be able to get what we're looking for from one of these camps downstairs rather than going all the way up in the hills. I think there's a stealth links nearby. I just got the stealth alert. Alright, one of you guys drop me the quest item please. You didn't? And you did, thank you. We don't have to go messing around for ages looking for that then. So, mount up. So we need birds. Birds should be all over here. I don't know whether they're being slightly higher concentrations south of the river like the guy was recommending. But we'll see what we can find. I could have sworn I saw one over here. Maybe I didn't. Oh, that's a wildcat. So let's go sort of around and up here. Now I'm not sure. I think there might be like a little secret snowman up in these hills if I remember correctly. So maybe we can see if we can find that. And see if we can murder any birds on the way. So it's going to be slightly north and then get up in these hills. So I don't think it's down here. I think we need to go around and then up, and we can get on this hill probably up the top here. It's where I'm thinking. No, maybe not. I'm sure there is a secret hill. Actually, could it be near this house? Possibly. Let's go over and investigate. Still no sign of any birdies. No, I can't see any anywhere, so... But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens as well with the expansion at some point. On the assumption it is going to be a full-fledged expansion. But in their kind of announcement at the start of the year when they were talking about the areas that are upcoming, so they talked about the Vales of Anduin, which we've had now. And they've kind of talked about the various threats involved around here. Hello, mature fig jaw. A slightly bigger bear than the other ones. Weren't they just Vales bears or something before? But yeah, so you know, the storyline is kind of setting it up with oh, what's the place called? I've just got Gondomar stuck in my head now. Gundabad. Mount Gundabad, where the orcs come down, and that's kind of involved in the storyline for The Hobbit, because that's where one of the orc armies came down for the battle of 5 armies. So it's kind of like set up as there's threats coming out of there, so we're probably going to have to deal with that to culminate in the kind of like the northern quest line that we're currently under at the moment. But the other thing we've kind of been setting up as well is that spiders are starting to coordinate and gather and sort of take advantage of the vacated power hole. Now Sauron has disappeared, so Shelob is up to no good, and now all the spiders Middle-earth are starting to sort of act a bit weirdly. So inevitably that's going to end up leading with us going back to Kirithungol and Minas Morgul back in the south and clean up there based on whatever's going on there. It'll be interesting to see which way round we can kind of do that. Because the way it is at the moment is we can't get into Minas Morgul from the west, partly for our own fault because we did kind of blow up the bridge so that they couldn't march the armies out very easily, and also it's probably still quite defended pretty well. Suspicious black-footed foxes. Are they to do with the Vows of Anduin dailies? If they are, maybe I haven't done that one. But there's a suspiciously large number of them around. So we still need Hendra Vows. Let's go south of the river to get them. Oh, there's one here. There we go. Bang! Deleted. So yeah, it remains to be seen which way we do that. So will we kind of go in through Minas Morgul and kind of mess around there, and then later go into Kiravungul and deal with Shelob? Has Shelob moved into Minas Morgul, perhaps? Or are we going to attack it from the east? So we go through the tunnel and then end up in the Minas Morgul, in the big fortress, and deal with it that way. Or is it just going to be some instances? We will have to see. I don't know why I'm attacking some of these lynxes. They're just there in the interest of hitting something while I'm looking for whatever I'm after. That'll be 7 and 8. Wow. One shots with ballads twice in a row. That's quite nice. So yeah, this passageway is a dead end if it's where I think it is, because it does go up to Sana, but I don't think you can get in from this side. I might be mistaken. So I've completed my Hendraville Slayer normal deed. I only need 20 for that, and I need 40 for the advance. So we're doing nicely. Let's just explore right up the top. Delete you because you're in the way. Going to end up... Actually no, I'm not going to end up annoying this goblin because he's actually low level. I can just drive straight past him. So yeah, this is locked, so we can't get in. A couple of lynxes that will get aggroed, so we can't get in there. Murder you. If you insist on ganking me, it's your own fault. I'll make another nice pair of lynx trousers out of you guys. Yeah, the main entrance into Sarno is up at the top of the goblin camp, kind of over here. So, kind of near where that campsite is, you can climb the stairs, follow it around, and we'll inevitably be going in there at some point, probably in the next episode, because I'm sure we're going to have to go kill whatever the leader of that goblin camp is. But just before you get to the top, you can turn right and then go in the cave rather than turn left and end up wherever the chief goblin is. And there's like a dead end, so you can't really miss it really. So, or if you did miss it, you'd end up driving straight off a cliff and probably falling to your death, which is inadvisable. Okay. I think something's in stealth has aggroed on me. Murder that. Come then, whatever's in stealth. There we go. Right, mount up. We shall head back into town. And then that is probably about right for rounding off this episode. So, right back. Luckily we have a bridge, so we can just run straight across that. Back to Noglond. And as I say, I don't think we're going to have many follow-up quests. I think it's just going to be dealing with the Goblin Camp. Because it can't be for Gondomon to deal with, because it's too far west. So, what do you got to say for yourself?
Greetings.
Thank you for helping keep the ways clear. If it's not too much to ask, please don't tell anyone that I needed help. You know, it's very much a don't tell the elf, but I'm actually an elf, so that kind of doesn't work. So a couple of bracelets, none of those are particularly appealing to me personally, just because mine are better.
An insult.
What's this? Oh, I must beg your pardon. It seems you and Viffil were right. Let's see now. Goblins in the Vale?
Is a moment of your time too much to ask?
So yeah, there we go. We're going to have to kill some goblins and kill the Blue Crag Chieftain. But I think we will stop here then, and next episode we will go murder him. So until then, I will see you guys next time.